press, please raise your hand whenever you're ready to start, and I'll call your name. Pedro from the Click, you can go first.
Hey, Summit. Your coach LS. Hold on. Okay. Your coach LS mentioned how the team had plenty of mechanical mistakes during the match against Team Liquid, and so I'd like to know your thoughts on like how or what happened in C9's loss.
그래서 게임 끝나고 트위터로 우리가 메카닉적인 실수를 많이 했다고 트윗을 해서 너의 개인적인 생각으로 이 판을 왜 지게 됐냐에 대한 이유.
일단 LS가 말한 메카닉적인 실수도 맞고 뱀픽적으로도 살짝 만족스럽지 못한 것 같아요.
As LS said, we made a lot of mechanical errors, but also I think we didn't have enough of the best draft possible. Can you guys hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Sorry about that. Thank you. And then we have playstyles from the Click up next.
Hi there. You came over from Korea and had a very limited amount of time to practice with the full roster for Cloud9. How have you been able to adapt to play with them and have from your first weekend have a perfect weekend?
한국에서 온 지 얼마 안 돼가지고 되게 적은 시간으로 첫 주에는 입영을 했는데 그 적응 기간에 대해서 어떻게 잘 적응을 했다고 생각하는지 그리고 적응 기간에 대해서 어떻게 생각을 하는지.
확실히 짧지만 너무 늦게 왔지만 할 수 있는 만큼 다 하고 있고 그리고 어찌됐건 간에 상황이 상황이니까 최대한 빨리 적응해야 될 것 같아요.
The adjusting period was for sure short and we came much later than we would have hoped for. But we're trying to do the best with what's given to us and hope to get better as fast as possible.
Thank you. We'll have Pedro from the Click go next.
I want to talk about the draft that C9 fielded against Team Liquid, specifically in the jungle role. I mean, the team selected Karthus for Blabber, which is, I believe, to be the first time he's ever played the champion within the LCS. And so I'd like to know what was the team's idea behind that Karthus pick for Blabber?
블래버의 카서스가 처음 혹은 별로 안 한 픽인데, 그러니까 별로 안 하는 류의 픽인데 그거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하고 어떻게 준비해 왔는지.
저도 이제 카스랑 맞춰본 적은 별로 없어가지고 이전에도 별로 없어가지고 일단 좀 AP 정글 하면 보통 AP 정글한테 많이 맞춰야 되기 때문에 라인들이 그래서 좀 맞춰주는 쪽으로 연습했던 것 같아요.
He wasn't used to playing with AP junglers either, and if you have an AP jungler, I think he thinks the game is more oriented on the jungler rather than the laners. So this sort of reversed technique is something that he needed to adapt to in a short amount of time.
Thank you. We have Jordan next.
Hey, Summit, sorry for the loss today. I wanted to ask, how has your time been in North America so far, and have you been happy with your personal performance?
지금 여기 북미 와서의 생활이 어떻고 지금 너가 보여주고 있는 개인 폼에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지 만족하는지.
일단 도와주시는 분들이 너무 많아서 생활은 너무 좋고요. 그리고 아직 LCK에서 하던 거에 반도 안 나온 것 같아서 많이 아쉬웠는데 이거는 순전히 제가 이제 영어가 아직 딸리고 좀 연습한 지 얼마 안 돼서 나오는 저한테 나오는 문제니까 좀 제가 빨리 개선해 나가야 될 것 같아요.
Lifestyle wise, I've had a lot of help from everyone surrounding me, so I'm very happy outside of the game. Inside of the game, I think I've only not been able to even show half of what I used to play in LCK. So I'm very disappointed. And a lot of that I think is due to playstyle differences, and not only playstyle differences, but language difference as well. So I need to really learn English as fast as possible so that I can communicate and get better with my teammates.
Yeah, thank you.
Then next we'll have Carver from England Global.
Hi, Summit. It's a pleasure. NA players, the people that have had residency here for a long time, have been raving about Champions Queue. How have you found your experience to be in Champions Queue, and do you think it's comparable to the experience, the solo queue experience in Korea?
북미 선수들이 하도 솔랭 별로라고 해서 몇 년 내내 계속 지랄을 해가지고 만든 게 챔피언스 큐거든요. 이 챔피언스 큐에 대해서 어떻게 생각하면 그 챔피언스 큐의 수준이 한국 솔랭과 비교했을 때 어느 정도 되는지.
일단 만든 거에 대해서는 너무나도 만족스럽고요. 그리고 선수 출신 선수들만 있고 팀들도 하다 보니까 한국에서도 거의 최상위권이라고 할 수 있는 수준인 것 같아요.
He's extremely happy with the creation of Champions Queue, and because it's so explicit to only pro players or semi-pro players or ex-pro players, the quality of the game is definitely comparable to Korean high elo solo queue as well.
Okay, next we'll have Pedro from the Click.
Obviously, you mentioned how your assimilation into the LCS bit therein, like either inside the game and outside the game, has not been as seamless or as easy as you would have hoped. And so, but I'd like to know your thoughts on like the general play style that you have seen in the LCS. How does that compare with what you've seen like in other leagues such as the LCK?
물론 너의 개인적인 퍼포먼스가 마음에 안 든과 별개로 북미의 플레이 스타일과 성향이 다른 지역들과 비교했을 때 어떻게 생각을 하는지, 그리고 뭐 특히 LCK 뭐 이런 식으로.
제가 지금 여기까지 와서 해보면서 느낀 점은 정말 놀랍게도 장점이 되게 많아서 놀랐고 그 많은 장점만큼이나 단점이 많아서 놀랐어요.
플레이 스타일이?
Yeah.
So far as I have experienced so far in NA, I have come to realize a lot of good points about North American playstyle as well. But as much as that, there is a lot of bad points about the North American playstyle as well.
Thank you. We'll have Pedro from the Click go.
You mentioned the bad points. Can you please elaborate on that?
안 좋은 점들은 무엇이 있었는지 좀 더 추가적인 설명을 해달라요.
좀 자세히 몇 가지를 꼽자면은 사이드 라인에 압박 주는 법, 그리고 좀 시야 플레이나 턴 개념 플레이 좀 빡빡하게 하는 게 약간 아시아권 팀들에 비해서 살짝 아쉬운 것 같아요.
To go into detail how the pressure is extremely soft, that is pressured onto the sides, and also how the Western teams or NA teams use tempo to the best extent. He thinks that the Asian teams are much more fast-paced, and that in turn creates much more pressure.
Okay, thank you. That wraps up the time for the scrum today. We appreciate you guys taking out the time to answer our questions. So that's it for the scrum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.